Hello, and my name is Paula Sow, and this is Soundbytes. Hello, it's Paula Sow, and I'm tuning in for this week's Soundbite. So, I had a few things on my mind today, and I really wanted to share with you my examination as to how, as a people, we hold each other. And when I say hold, I mean, what is the expectation of one another? How do we see each other in our unconscious mind? Because I have a theory that you can't hide from your unconscious mind. So if you believe, for example, that while you're a teacher, this particular child is not going to succeed, do you realize that everything that you do and your behaviors are going to support that unconscious logic? That you think that this child won't succeed. So everything that you do will support that. So, and I understand that in our community we often have a lot of negative things to say about our people. We don't stick together. We don't look out for one another. Black people not looking out for one another. See, I don't use these things because what's happening is you are committing these things with words into the atmosphere. And the atmosphere will begin to create the responses to those declarations, or the responses to those commands in the universe. So if we can hold each other in love and understand through compassion, and many of us we function through oftentimes a programming of lack and not having, and either we lack, our circumstances lack, or our community lack, so we were raised in lack. And when you're in that function, and when that's your frame of reference, whether you're aware of it or not, in your unconscious mind, all that you function on is in lack. Excuse me. This is my king. Hold on. Hey. Hello.
Hey, you sound good?
Yeah, I'm in front of the building. How are you?
Alright, I'm coming down now.
Okay.
Alright.
Alright. So, that's my king. He is everything to me. So I was basically saying that it's difficult sometimes when you're interacting with people and they're not necessarily responding to you in love and compassion back in terms of reciprocity. So there's a need to fortify yourself so that you can be in love, in the space of being loved, even inside of individuals that may not necessarily embrace you. And let me tell you, I'm real clear on having been that person in that space a number of times. For one reason or another, and not due to no fault of my own, I end up being the reflection of what is lacking in other people. And when you show up in love and light, you are very clear the reflection. And I believe that love will conquer all. So I believe that I will love you straight through your lack. I will love you through your circumstances. And that's just my logic. It has worked. I have shifted a lot of spaces and different people and changed relationships with people by just being love. And then not being afraid to have egg on my face. Because that's an ego thing. If you're afraid to be embarrassed, or you're afraid to stand up for love, or you're afraid to champion that friendship, or you're afraid to give that extension, or I'm going to reach out to you, you're functioning out of ego. And in functioning inside of love, there's no place for the ego. So these are all learned behaviors, and they're little things that we can do to shift those things. So inside of shifting from lack to abundance, and from ego inside of love, I would suggest that it's a constant affirmation of the self. So you, for one, must love yourself. You, for one, must exhibit and create the environment that shows that you love yourself in action. And then you must admire and almost fall in love with yourself, and fall in love with your upbringing and your you don't have to like all those things, but all those things are uniquely you. You are a sum total. My girl Mary J. Blige said, listen, my life. I wouldn't change nothing about it. All these things that I've been through, the circumstances and hoops that I've jumped through are sum total. I'm sum total today. I'm the dynamic, amazing, and powerful woman that I am today as a result of these circumstances. And maybe without those things, I wouldn't be this amazing person that I am. Okay? So practice in loving the self and practice in affirming positivity into the universe, negating the lack. We can do this. It's a unified effort. It's a community effort. We can so do this. I have yet to share my story on the soundbite. I promise you. I am truly a testimony to my rhetoric and my philosophy. So, I am Paula Sow, and this is this week's soundbite on how are we holding one another. Let's be love. Namaste from my heart to yours. Peace. See you next time.